You're tuned in to the National Conspirator. I'm your host, Chad Bowery, here with Vadeem Sellarz.
Hello.
Vadeem, it's good to see you.
You happy to be out of the slammer?
It's you're in it one way or the other. Whether you're in there, you're out here, you're always kind of in the slammer. I just wish I could have strangled that Deshar, son of a bitch quack,
Yes, he's a real piece of work for sure.
Yeah, I wish I could have wrung his neck like a spring goose.
Yeah.
But, that's why I'm back out here, hosting the National Conspirator. Remember, if there's something there, telling you, and you know who they are, call us and we'll corroborate it. Our phone lines are going to be hot in about 5 minutes, but first I'd like to introduce our very special guest. She is an expert on portals and vortexes. It is Katz.
It's Dr.
Kitty Katz.
K-A-T-Z. K-A-T-Z. Dr. Katz, you can call me.
Katz.
Yes, a strong Russian name.
Very strong.
Yes.
Dr.
K-T-S. Yes.
Miss Katz, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. This is an important topic.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people think that vortexes, portals, and wormholes are kind of a thing of science fiction. But I think you would disagree with that.
I would disagree with those people and perhaps get hostile because it's their ignorance that is keeping time travel or perhaps teleportation back. If someone would just take it seriously, I think I could be next to you right now and then gone.
That would be pretty neat. Yeah, the thing is, I mean, that might be convenient, but also, wouldn't that be kind of annoying?
It depends on your conversation level.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If I could teleport right next to Deshar right now and wring his spring chicken neck, that would be pretty convenient, but...
Yes, the way this is going so far, I think it would be bad.
Yes, this is true. Yeah, and I know you would zip, zap, right over to the guy Epstein him and just, take care of the whole thing, Chad. I know you're highly skilled as a SEAL. But I just want to tell you, you don't want to get back thrown in that can, man. You don't want to be in the shoe, pal.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to be out, happy to be here, and...
These people, they need you to shed the truth on things.
Yeah.
And I can confirm what this lady is saying with the Russian name. She is exactly right about the portals popping in, out, popping, peeping. You can really annoy people, just zipping around, popping through time.
You can already move things through there, and I believe it is the people of Armenia that have already mastered this technique. Do you know any Armenians?
Yes, I know Armenian people, very, very small ones. They are very kind people. I think they have gypsy in that country, then also secret, sacred people. That is the counterculture to the gypsies.
Yes, and they have actually already learned how to manifest not just portals, but how to actually create storage areas or storage garages in portals.
Yes, and that way they can, with the caravan, they can sneak the whole caravan inside of the portal. They've got Dodge Vipers and other kinds of cool cars, bikini model posters and... a lot of cool fake gold necklaces and a lot of jumpsuit stuff, the ones with the stripes. They're very cool in Armenia.
Yes. The Armenian sweatsuit has never been for exercise. It is simply a suit worn when standing out on the corner. Now, I can test my theory by going into any Armenian store in Los Angeles. It does not matter. It is the size of a closet, and you can ask them for anything, and they have it. You can get dental floss and a car steering wheel from a 1972 Saturn, all in aisle 5. You go in there, ask for whatever you like. You can buy a little dog. You can buy marshmallows. They have it in the smallest space imaginable. I challenge you to go into any Armenian store. Well, they call it a store, it's a portal, and ask them for something they don't have.
Yes,
Anything.
yes, this is true. I have noticed this. This is where Tiger King bought all his animals from, the stores like that. It's kind of like you go in there, you're like, I need this really weird thing, and then they are like, okay, and then they go into the back, and then they go. It's like that Coors Light commercial where they, ice pick up and they get the thing, and then they come all the way back. But it's instead, it's not a mountain, it's a portal.
And they copy keys.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is just scratching the surface of the potentials of portals, right? And
Yes, but the Armenian people like to keep it quiet and they like to keep it small. They don't want everyone in on this industry. That's why the old people never smile.
amazing. Imagine the humility of a civilization that can literally rip space and time in twain, and yet all they really want is to scratch a living off a rock with a tiny store.
I know, they have to think bigger. They have to think bigger.
Yeah.
They have to think time-space continuum. But, I kind of agree with them, because as soon as the United States gets this, they're just going to pack guns and ammo in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And children.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to have portals overflowing, and they're going to be heavy, and it's just not good.
Yeah, you don't want a bunch of guns and children clogging up the portal network. It'll be like driving on the 405, on a Friday afternoon before this outbreak, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then the portals will start to sweat, and then who knows what's going to happen.
Now, Kitty Cat, are you familiar with the portal underneath the Denver airport?
I'm very familiar with this. Actually, that portal, very small. You have to be very slender to fit through. But it doesn't matter that much if they get you in during the Armageddon, which is next year. There's plenty of space. I believe they are still trying to crack the code of the Armenian people so they can fit in like snacks and popcorn. But right now, it's just a very slender. You have very, very thin to fit through that portal.
Oh, my understanding is that it is mostly children that have been through that portal, often sent through the Montauk Point in New York. But they didn't have popcorn back when I went through.
Yeah, they call it riding the blue Mustang, is what they call it.
Yeah.
Because of that crazy horse they got there at the Denver airport with the red eyes, the
Yeah.
Bronco bucking. That thing fell on the dude who made it and killed him.
It jumped on him.
But I think when he looked at it, he felt that's really how this should end. So it all worked out for the best.
Very fitting.
Indeed. Well, I'm going to open up the call lines here and see if anyone has any thoughts or questions about portals, vortexes, or wormholes for Kitty Katz. Our number is 575-322-8733. Now, I feel like for the lay person, you kind of have to see a portal to believe a portal. Have you seen many portals, Kitty Cat?
You don't see them a lot unless someone spills something or drops a glove, that sort of a thing right at the doorway. A lot of people don't know when they go through a portal. They may just end up on the other side, which is very confusing. A lot of times they will think that, Waze sent them down the wrong street when they actually have just gone through a portal. What I would tell people is, if you think you've gone through or you're going through a portal, is to wear some sort of drapey clothing like a cape or a giant scarf, something that clearly can be blown between the two places. So someone might be in New York right now and see just a scarf hanging, but no one on the end of it.
Okay, well, I think we've got a caller on the line here. Let's see if they're still here. Caller, you are on the air.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the National Conspirator.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes. What is your conspiracy theory? We are going to corroborate it. We have Dr. Kitty Katz here on the line. She is a specialist in portals.
Okay. Well.
This
Oh.
call is very helpful, I can tell already.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have a portal question, but maybe you can still help me out.
All right.
So here's my theory. You know how the most common theory right now is that pigeons are not real,
Go on.
right? They're government drones,
Sure.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, because there's no babies.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But here's my theory: is that all birds are government drones. So,
Well,
where do we stand on
yeah.
that?
I mean, you don't see pigs flying or people flying or dogs flying or cats flying, right? What the fuck is a bird? That sounds like science fiction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, it's interesting that the different species, for example, I was once attacked by a goose the year I didn't pay my taxes. So I believe that you are correct, but the species that works for each particular government office, that's where the real work has to be done. That's the information we need now.
That's right. You got to know. You got to know that government very compartmentalized. Each portion of government have its own spies, like the ducks. Are the homeland security because they just kind of hang out and they just flap around all day, mostly just walking around. So the pigeons are the CIA birds, though.
Yes, you see a peacock, you know something has gone down. You know you got to get out. Somebody's in trouble if you see a peacock.
I saw a peacock one time, and my grandfather killed my grandmother. It was
Exactly.
It was awful. It was with a tractor too. And I was picking Easter eggs. It was just Sunday.
Chad, hold it together, man. You got to hold it together, pal. I know you just came out the joint and you're feeling all those crazy feelings from being locked up and you didn't get to kill that guy. And I need you to just take a deep breath and stay with me, bud, okay? I mean, I got nothing. I cut my family off. We're here with the Katz lady. I mean,
Yeah.
let's just keep our head in the game. Now, caller, you're exactly right, of course. Yes, all manner of bird here to spy on us. They're basically just dressed up drone, but I don't believe that they have really translated the squawkings yet. Still working on that a whole bit.
Caller, are you okay?
This is all music to my ears. Sorry if it takes me a minute to respond. As you know, I am in a bunker 6 miles beneath the Earth's surface, which is the optimum depth to be the safest during a quarantine. So I'm on board with this. Brings me to my next point number B, which is that I am creating my own species of robotic birds.
Tremendous.
That sounds very adventurous there. All 6 miles underground. You have great reception. I gotta tell you that. That's impressive.
Well, I do it through the Wi-Fi, and it's kind of like a daisy chain of different Wi-Fis. It's a whole system of bunkers,
Oh, of course.
You'd be surprised, but a lot of us have bunkers.
He's down there frying himself with the 5G.
Yeah.
He's got it, though. Everybody got to have those faster Wi-Fi speeds, especially when you're in the bunker.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, I'm trying to stream all the... Oh, I'm sorry.
The doctor's in a helicopter.
Dr. Kitty Cat, you're in a helicopter right now.
That's actually the safest place to be during a quarantine. I've been in a helicopter for about 3 weeks now.
But how do you explain Kobe Bryant?
Oh, well, that was not my helicopter.
Oh, I see. You have a much safer helicopter. That's good. I'm glad to hear.
I do. It's a little less expensive, and I've kidnapped the pilot, so they're working very hard to stay alive and stay awake.
Incredible the things that, just a little bit of force and elbow grease can do.
And amphetamines. The Germans knew. Lots of speed.
Well,
But I'm curious as to the robotic bird. Do you have the schematics on that? Can you tell us about it?
Well, I can't tell you about it because I'm trying to sell these. But I tell you what I can do, because you all sound like stand-up individuals, is if you give me your credit card information, I will go ahead and process that payment and then send you a bird once quarantine is lifted.
Sounds like a great deal, huh, Chad?
It's not a bad deal. I mean, how much are the birds?
Well, it depends. It depends how big of a bird you want, and we can,
I want the penguins.
Size of a chicken?
I'd like to put a
penguin
halt
chicken?
on this for a moment, because I just want to warn you guys, these birds, they sound great, but let me remind you of the My Pillow debacle, where we thought we were just buying a pillow, and it turns out we were buying God's pillow. I don't want God's pillow.
No, that is very intimidating. How you're supposed to sleep at night is on God's pillow. What are he going to do?
Right. We know a little bit about this guy. We know he's called us from a bunker, but I don't know if he's got an agenda behind this bird. I would put a hold on this.
Yeah.
I 100% have an agenda, for sure.
That's a good piece of advice, kitty cat.
Yeah.
Well, what's the agenda?
The agenda is I'm going to make a bird that the government can't spy on you with, but that I will.
How is that better?
Because it's not the government keeping tabs on you, it's just me. I'm not the government. I don't have any power. These birds, you'll be around birds, you'll be in safer hands, because would you rather the government knows all your secrets or me?
I would prefer to keep my privacy, but we've been through this in my country a couple times. So
Yeah,
I'm no
I'm
stranger
sorry.
to this.
If you choose to live in the real world, this is the consequence of living in the real world. Someone's going to know your secrets. Would you rather it be the government, the man, or would you rather it be me, just a humble
I feel like this is the
entrepreneur?
oldest hustle in the book. This guy gets our information, he flips around, he sells it to the
To
government.
the government, yeah. Good luck, pal.
Yeah, buddy. Calling up here, trying to get my credit card number on the air. Not cool, pal.
Okay. Tell you what I'm gonna do. How's about this? This is a primo deal that I'm gonna share with y'all. I will give you a bird that will keep tabs on you, and in return, you can give me. No, you know what? I'll just tell you my secret.
This deal is falling apart.
Yeah.
Sentence to sentence.
Yeah,
You're not I thought you were a good salesman
you
at
got
first, but now
you got a lot of work to do, buddy.
yeah. I'm gonna have to end the call.
That's the worst
Good luck.
pitch I've ever
Good luck
heard.
out there, pal.
Jesus, Lord have mercy on you.
Well, I thought
I'm not a compassionate man, but I feel bad for that guy.
I was gonna get a pretty sweet deal on a bird for a second, but I guess maybe next time.
It was a robot bird. Maybe we should just get a bird. Or do those not exist? He said those don't exist.
You can turn a government bird. You can turn it. You can turn it to work on your behalf. That's really the best bet right there. You get it. It already works. It's already programmed. You just got to switch the programming around so it spies on other things for you instead of spying on you for the government.
Wow, that's what we need. That's what we need. I need a trained, turned government bird.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's pretty much what a helicopter is, though, right?
Yeah, it is. Without the beady eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just got a little spotlight and maybe a couple machine guns on there.
Oh, I got those.
Yeah, it's not a helicopter without that. It's
No.
not
no.
Nam without a helicopter either. That's what they always say.
You know, I think that guy who just called, he was with the government, I think he was like, I'm not with the government. I'm just going to get your information and
Yeah.
it's safe with me and nothing weird's going to happen with it. You know, it's
Or he's with the My Pillow guy. One of the.
Yeah.
Sorry, I fired a shot.
Ah, good luck out there. You're quite an impressive woman, I tell you that. You got a PhD, Maybe an MD, I don't know which kind of doctor you are, and frankly, I don't really care. You fly around in a helicopter while you're having a great conversation, and you're shooting, presumably, maybe, people, maybe criminals out there, maybe birds, I'm not sure.
Maybe elk.
I'd like to leave that anonymous, but you're right. I'm your girl in a militia. I'm the queen of the militia. You start a militia, I will wrap up the children and women and teach them how to fight.
There you go.
That's the first step, you know. I've been saying that you got to wrap them up first, right? You want to learn.
Wrap them up, get a lasso, tie them all up, and tell them what we're doing.
Yeah. You want to learn how to fight? You better get wrapped up like a burrito first, and then we can talk. That's what Bruce Lee. He used to roll out of bed and wrap up in his bed sheets until he was almost suffocating from it, and then when he got out, he'd be so fucking pissed that he would just beat up the first person that he came across.
Yes, that's right.
Motivate.
He would wrap himself up like burrito, which, as we all know, burritos are portals.
Yeah.
That's why they wrap it up like that. Jackie Chan knew. Everybody knows. The Armenians knew. They stole. Actually, the Mexican people stole the burrito from the Armenian people.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people think that right now in this quote unquote pandemic that we're in, we're actually just in a holding pattern in a portal. We're kind of at the threshold of a portal. It's supposed to be going forward. We're supposed to be going forward, but we can't. Are you familiar with any sort of portals like this that maybe like the entire world might get stuck in, Kitty Cat?
If the world got stuck, you would actually create a black hole, and then it would be trouble for everyone. So I don't worry so much as the stuck as someone making you think you're stuck. You're probably not stuck.
Yeah. Well, I see that. I see. You know,
It's like the bird thing. You think you have a bird, but you don't know that bird.
Yes, that bird is Project Mockingbird, you know?
Exactly.
See. Yes, and it is seeing everything you do and report to Alexa that goes straight to CIA.
Yes.
Wiretap, like, straight up the gate. You guys are fucked here, man. Really, really screwed. You have really done yourselves in with this technology grid. It's basically a panopticon, but the digital version.
Yes, and that is why we all need to learn how to fake our own death.
I think the portal's going to come in very, very handy. That's what actually happened to Epstein. Everybody's like, oh, he didn't kill himself. No, he hopped in a portal and left someone else in his place. He's hiding.
Exactly. I think someone actually closed the end of the portal with a microwave, though. So he may actually be stuck like a worm in a closed portal.
Now, you say a microwave, like to cook with?
Yes, like the kind you would put a burrito in. Do you see how this is all tying together?
I see how it's getting all wrapped together here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So you're telling me that my kitchen appliance, the microwave, can close a portal? Can it open a portal?
No. You need a toaster oven for that.
Ah, I see. And with those two devices, I can maybe fake my own death?
You could fake your own death, and you could make cookies individually. You don't have to make the whole sleeve. You can make 2 cookies at once, perfect to take through the portal.
Wow.
You're going to need a snack in there. There's no vendor setup or anything. It's not like that. That's not how portals work.
No popcorn.
It's not the mall.
It's not the
No,
mall.
we're trying to get popcorn in. Popcorn would be perfect because once you enter a portal, there's a sort of a vacuum that happens. The popcorn would pop. You arrive just like at the movies with popcorn.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. But what if the popcorn is popping? What happens to your body?
Well, we're not worried about that right now.
Ah.
Snacks are more important. With the snacks, we can lure people into the portals. By the way, my mom has a bird named Popcorn. So again, it's almost like the synchronicities in this conversation are so perfect that they don't make any sense.
Yeah, it's almost like they're so good that they aren't even there.
Real. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that's the reason why they send so many children through the portals is that they are limber and they can pop and they have room to grow, whereas if you sent a grown man, he might just pop.
And grown-ups complain a lot.
Yeah.
It's true, yeah. And, you know, like, they put the monkeys in space first, you know? It's like, you don't want to start with full-grown adult. You want to just kind of gradual step it up, you know?
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
children are very limber if there's some weird bends and turns in the tubes, you know. You ever been to a water park, Chad?
Oh, yeah.
You know, the tube, it go around, and down, and then into the... That is what it's like.
The fun dunker.
Yes, that is what it's like, but it's very scary when you hit the portal.
Yeah, as a grown man, I can't do that sort of thing, but as a child, I was all about the fun dunker.
You're
Right?
Gonna
Everything.
flail.
The roller coaster, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Children are made for portals.
All right, looks like we've got another caller on the line here.
I can't believe it.
Let's see if we can get them through our portal. Caller, you are on the National Conspirator.
Hey, this is Don Wilson from Phoenix, Arizona.
Hello, Don. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. All right, yeah, so I have a 2000 Toyota 4Runner. Has about 25,000 miles on it. And, you know, highway driving, especially above 50 miles per hour, I'd say it's fine. Runs like a charm. But as soon as I take a turn, left or right, and especially at a lower speed, anything below 30 miles per hour, I hear something. It's like, hoo, 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 under the hood. Hoo, 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 hoo.
I see.
Did you think this is like a call-in mechanic show or something?
Saying car talk, pal.
Are you trying to
yeah.
sell your 4Runner or whatever?
What year did you say your 4Runner was, caller?
He said
2000,
2,000, and he only has 25,000 miles on
25,000 miles on it.
it. What's like an old lady's car? Like a little old lady drove it. That's why there's no miles. Are you going backwards?
No, I bought it used, and you're right. The person that used it was like a grocery cart before me.
Wow. So, like, I mean, that's an astoundingly small number of miles, but you said there's a problem with the engine. Do you think maybe it's some sort of like a portal problem or like oil?
Well, I looked under there a couple times, popped the hood. Honestly, I couldn't make heads or tails of it.
Oh, God. You're killing me, pal. You are just crushing my soul right now. Tell us, what is going on with the car? Is it a portal? Did you try to hop in there? Did you jump through there? Did you see a white rabbit? Tell us every detail.
Well, I mean, I hopped in there, you know, to drive the thing. That's what you mean.
So you're driving
Yeah.
your car around. That's...
You called us
Yeah, and I mean,
to let you know you're driving a pretty sweet 4Runner with not many miles on it.
Yeah, I would buy that car. That is a sweet year. I like that year a lot. The Toyota 4Runner is a classic. It will be around for years. You can put 300,000 miles on that truck, man.
well, that's good to know. But the hoo 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 noise.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on?
Sounds kind of like a helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you think there's animals under the hood? What's happening here?
well, I don't think there's animals. Could be, I guess. I mean, I haven't looked up under it at all.
Yes,
Well,
no, maybe so. 99, 100. Okay.
You know what else? Those turns that you were taking under 30, you could probably get rid of that sound if you floor it. Take those same turns at about 75, and I bet that noise will go away soon when the car turns over.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm usually not taking turns that fast.
Well,
What do you
Mostly
have?
living in a neighborhood, I don't, there's kids around. I don't know, take a turn at 70 miles per hour.
well, it will stop that crazy, annoying stuff that's happening under the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's what she's trying to tell you,
You
man.
just gotta experiment.
I
man.
think we solved your
I
problem.
don't think you've got the right number here, pal. But I wish you the best of luck.
Car Talk is on on Sundays.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. I'll
right.
take into consideration what you said.
All right. Good luck.
He will put it into consideration. Oh, the irony.
All right. Let me just remind the callers that this is the National Conspirator. If there's something that they aren't telling you, you know who they are. Call us. We'll corroborate it. We've got Kitty Katz here, expert on...
Doctor.
Dr. Kitty Katz here, expert on portals, vortexes, and wormholes. And if you have any questions, this is an incredible opportunity to talk to one of the world's foremost experts on this subject. And currently, she's flying around the world in her helicopter.
Yes, with a 50 caliber rifle on the side of that thing, just popping down whatever she wants.
She just shot.
Popping down government birds.
Yeah.
That's right. Getting rid of those pigeons.
Now, so one of my questions, Dr. Kitty Katz, is how does time work in terms of these portals? Can I travel forward and backwards in time?
No, it's always forwards, but here is the thing. You got to be careful. I had to shoot a motorcyclist.
Oh my gosh.
Always be careful because there are other times in the portal you will always come out ahead, but sometimes in the portal you could run into like a dinosaur or a
Dinosaur who's also traveling forwards in time?
yes. You could run into a Toyota 4x4. You could run into anything. So when you're in it, it's anytime. When you're out of it, you always move ahead. It's like when if your phone rings. The other night my phone rang, right? And it had all these numbers across, way too many for a phone number. So I answered it because I figured that's so many numbers, it must be from the future. Now, I don't know if it was a Chinese, I think it was a Japanese robocall, but I'm not positive. I may actually own a timeshare in Nagasaki right now. But what I'm saying is you always go to the future in time travel. In phone calls, the future can always call the past, but the past cannot call the future.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's like a big old rusty knot. Really. That's
Yeah. You always go forward and you lose weight. A lot of people don't know that. You could lose weight. But phone call, the future has to call the past. Can't go the other way around.
Yeah, you lose weight, but you're that much closer to death.
Well, sure.
Well, you don't age in there. You're not aging. You're not, you're going forward in time, but your body, That's why a lot of these celebrities, they do the portal masks. They go in there, they get the cucumbers and put it on their face and, just relax and cool out.
A lot of cucumbers in the portals, too.
Yeah, I heard that Ray Kurzweil, the great tech guru who wanted to be part of the singularity, people think that he actually froze his body to be revived later in time, but my understanding is that he's hiding in a portal right now. Right before he died, he just hopped into a portal. And now, if you get in a portal, presumably there would be like a really old, sick Ray Kurzweil just kind of lumbering around, coughing and
begging for change. Yeah, well, turnabout is fair play. That's what I say, buddy. There's lots of weirdos in the portals, for sure. They're just hanging out in there. They got no other refuge.
Be a great place to open a loser's bar.
Yeah, it's like a dead-end alley of space and time.
Yes, for the rejects, who just can't hack it in reality. They have to go and hide, and it gets crazy in there. And the Armenian parties are pretty out of control, I've heard.
Oh, yeah.
They get wild.
They do. They get wild, and everyone's drunk. and making couscous.
Yep, just throwing it around like it's making it
Right.
rain couscous.
Like it's 1999.
Yes.
Now,
A lot of things like that happen in there. A lot of things I can't explain.
now, it would one be able to access a portal into the afterlife? Could my dead grandparents call me on the phone?
In a portal?
Yeah.
Or just regular?
In a portal, or maybe like T-Mobile.
Not T-Mobile.
Ah, damn it.
No, they're bragging about their
Nobody can
capability.
call me on T-Mobile.
T-Mobile is they're lying about how much coverage they can provide.
What about in a portal?
In other words, are there telephone booths?
I guess I don't know. I've never been dead. Well, not for
why
very
do you
long.
need to talk to your? Is this your grandparents?
Yeah, my grandfather, he had buried some baseball cards, and I kind of want to find them.
That's interesting. I think you could look for them in a portal, but the odds of finding the right portal very small. But you probably could find the My Pillow guy in there because I think he's everywhere.
Yeah, that guy owes me some money, so maybe I'll find him.
Yeah, he's around. You'll see that guy a lot. That's where Eddie Murphy was for so long too. He come back, he looked great because he didn't age in the portal. He was in there just writing jokes, kicking it, like haha,
Yeah,
laughing.
I feel like he's a
That's why now he has like 15 kids. They all came out of the portal with him.
Yep.
See, that's the thing. You go in there, and there's just so many children, and if you want one, you just take them, because nobody's missing them. God knows that people thought they died years ago. You see you see all those posters of missing child. Well, chances are probably in a portal.
Yes, and the elite like to keep the child stars stuffed in those portals until they're ready. Mandy Moore was in that portal for like 67 years, man. She knew Shirley Temple. They were on a name-to-name basis, firsthand, and training with each other.
That's why a lot of people think they're the same person.
Yes, like reincarnated, but via the portal. It's not what you think. It's not like you die and then you come back and then you're like, this essence of the same soul of whomever, right? It's not, it's Britney Spears been in there. She gonna go back in there pretty soon, probably. Then come back out in another couple 100 years and just wow everybody.
Or when Vegas opens.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, she will be doing the pole licking on stage. Just licking the pole, just licking it.
After this virus, I don't think that'll be happening as much.
Yes. Only the brave, like Britney. Will.
Only the gangs in Los Angeles will do that.
That's part of their ritual to get into the gang.
Yep. They don't have to kill anybody anymore. They have to lick a hand railing.
Yep. And then they tickle their feet just very slightly. Just tickle. 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 It is the worst.
So Dr. Kitty Katz, you said that if the world kind of got stuck, we might form a black hole, which would be pretty problematic. Now, Dr. Stephen Hawking, I don't know if you're familiar with him, or were familiar with him, Anna.
I worked with him on several occasions and went to several sex clubs with him also.
Wow, several sex clubs. So what was that like? Not to get too deep into that tangent, but he was handicapped, or was he?
I guess that depends on your meaning of the word handicapped.
Have you experienced Stephen Hawking's love?
No, you go to sex clubs to experience other people.
Oh, okay. No, I've never been to a sex club, so I kind of imagine that I would get to participate.
I have trouble believing that.
Well, yeah, most people do.
Well, if you had, you would.
So anyway, your question about Stephen Hawking's in black holes.
Yeah, so he theorized that that black holes, many of them might have a wormhole in the middle of the black hole. What do you think about that? Is there any validity to that?
Well, it would almost be like a self-imploding wormhole, because let's think of it this way. His theory was that when gravity became too strong, when it became bigger than the mass that it was actually attached to, that is when something implodes and makes a black hole that has this constant sucking.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say the black hole would create its own wormhole. It's not that it was there and the two were together like they were on a date. It would be that it would create its own wormhole, but we don't know if there's a pocket at the end, which then it wouldn't be like a wormhole. It'd be more like a condom.
Gotcha. Okay, well, let's come back to that. I think we've got a caller on the line here. Let's check in. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Chad. This is Janet from Poughkeepsie. I have a question for Dr. Katz.
Oh, well, go ahead.
Janet, nice to meet you.
It's so good to talk to you, Dr. Katz. I'm so excited about this call. Now, I have a very good friend whose mother is in one of the three-letter groups in the U.S., and she has specific information about the apocalypse coming after this COVID-19 debacle. And she is saying that during the apocalypse, there will be a scarcity of food, but the government is going to be feeding us worms. And so we'll be able to have our, protein and that kind of thing from worms. And the thought was that the worms are going to be coming out of the wormholes, and that the government had kind of done some things with, with the Russian company, with the guillotines, to limit the number of people that would need these worms. Do you know anything about this, Dr. Katz?
You're exactly right. Exactly right. Here is the only thing I can add to this theory right here, is if it's a red wriggler, as we call this type of worm, that's the one you don't want to eat. That one actually has an RIF chip in it, which is where the government can track you no matter where you are in the apocalypse. You want to eat the earthworms, all right? So this theory is perfect. Also, there is something in this about, have you know the no-see-ums, the little no-see-ums?
Oh, yes, we call those gnats in the South. Of course, not in Poughkeepsie. We don't have them in Poughkeepsie.
Right, or you may not have seen them.
Right.
What you want to do, the no-see-ums, when you see them, if you can, are a clue that there is food near, because the government is saying there's no food. There's plenty of food in these portals. There's plenty of popcorn. I think we talked about this. There's plenty of burritos. But you want to look for the no-see-ums. Other than that, I think this theory is perfect. Who is this friend? I think I need to meet this person.
Oh, well, now she wants to stay anonymous because her mom, like I said, is in one of the three-letter groups like the FBI or the CIA. I can't name her.
I was thinking something different when you said three-letter group.
FTC.
FCC.
CBS.
REO Speedwagon.
NWA.
The KKK. There's a lot of three-letter groups out there.
There sure are. It seemed like everything, now that I think about it, is a three-letter group. Even in Russia, everything three-letter.
Fox. None of them are very good.
No, you cannot trust the three letters.
Vadeem, do you know about the Russian company building guillotines for the government here in this country?
Yes, of course. We can't wait to ship those things over and start crushing your skulls off. We're going to hack them up and laugh at the blood on the streets because stupid capitalists, you swine. We are coming for you. Wait, I'm here now. I'm stuck here in the States.
Yeah, Vadeem, I just got out of the slam. I don't mind going right back.
Yeah, well, I'm not coming for you, Chad. It's going to be okay. I'm the one who got you out of the slammer.
Yeah, yeah.
You're welcome, pal.
You guys need to get Dr. Kitty Katz to come with her helicopter and pick you up.
That would be very nice. Janet?
That would be. I don't think there's enough room, though. Do either of you know how to fly a helicopter? I'm on my way to Poughkeepsie now, my friend. So
I can fly anything with nipples.
I flew a chopper once, but it was just a crash landed after the pilot suffered a massive heart attack, and, well, I crash landed it.
I can put you guys up in my Airbnb in Poughkeepsie. Happy to do that.
That would be very nice. Janet,
I have a question for Janet, though. How did you get from Poughkeepsie from the south? Was this a job? What was this transition? It seems very awkward.
I started bugging out in 2010 with my bug out bag and started hiking north from Louisiana.
What's a bug out bag?
It's got all my survival gear in it, you know.
Oh, got it. Okay. Do you have a Berkey water purifier?
No, but I have a Dean Koontz book in my bug out bag, and
That's
you know, talking all about this COVID stuff.
Exactly. All right, that's good. Well, Poughkeepsie, you can stop now.
Okay, awesome. That's so good. Thank you. I can actually do some laundry.
Janet, thank you for being one of the brighter callers we've had this evening.
Yeah.
It's been my pleasure, Dr. Katz. And Chad, thank you so much. And Vadeem, you just hang in there, buddy.
Yeah, you have fun in the woods, lady, with the no-see-ums. All right?
Janet, thanks for the call. Yeah, finally we get a caller with her head on her shoulders. Jeez, I feel like.
Exactly. Well, the other guy with the car, the first guy trying to scam us like a telemarketer. I don't know what's wrong with people today. It was almost like they would think this podcast was a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, I must apologize, Kitty Cat, on behalf of the whole National Conspirator. Normally, our listeners are very astute, bright, very proactive. Just like these are the most well put together people that I've ever talked to. And tonight, geez, it's second, third string. I tell you what.
Dim bulbs.
Big apps, yes.
Yeah, I think it's the weather. It's been some weird weather.
All the radiation just dumbing us down. Who knows what's in the water supply right now? Who knows? Sheesh.
That's
Yeah, so Dr. Kitty Katz, now tell me a little bit more about your time with Dr. Stephen Hawking.
Well, here's the thing a lot of people don't know about Hawking. He smokes an awful lot of pot.
I could see
It doesn't look like it, but he smokes a lot. And actually not that bright all the time. If he's not focused, really, a lot of talk about cartoons, somewhat obsession, Tom and Jerry. I don't know what else. It was very, he really oscillates between two different intellectual levels.
Yeah.
Sound like many geniuses, you know, they say. Most of them kind of split personality, you know. Like Bill Gates, really smart guy, right? But at night he like becomes vampire and like hunts down elk and stuff and finds himself in the woods naked and afraid.
That happens often. If I can help that. Exactly. I spent a lot of time with Stephen Hawking. Let's see who else. I spent a lot of time with Art Bell. We're talking about Mel's Hole. There's a portal. Did you know about Mel's Hole?
No, tell me about Mel's Hole.
Mel's Hole is a land portal. We don't have a lot of those. It's a land portal. He used to throw things in, and it was like a garbage disposal. Nothing ever came out. And then the government went in and took it over, thinking they were going to do something good with it. They didn't. In fact, it's still on hold. It's like the Holy Grail, still on hold. Government just takes things and then forgets about them. That's why they have such a high turnover of employees.
Yes, short attention span and not very good memory there. But yes, Mel's Hole, one of the very first portals, land portals. A lot of old Chevys in there, all kinds of stuff. It's it's a little messy, Mel's Hole. It's not very well organized like a lot of the other portals, you know. But it is a very neat. You go there, you like throw something in, and you listen, and you listen, and you listen, and you never hear it hit.
Nothing. You throw in a TV, old TV with an exploding tube, a TV tube, never hear it again.
What about like a child?
You hear the scream, but it, you know, eventually the scream run out, and you don't hear.
You
anything.
don't hear the splat.
There's no splat, only scream, just fading into the distance.
Jeez. Now do these portals like intersect in any way?
I'll tell you one thing though, but when you throw the kids down there, sometimes a couple of days later you will see them out driving one of those old Chevys that went in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they go in the portal, fix the car, and drive out.
Yeah, it's like they think that the world just belongs to them, you know?
Yeah, especially in the portal.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, maybe that is what happened to the dude's Forerunner. That's why it only had 25,000 miles on it from year 2000.
Yeah, that was pretty sketchy.
That was the whole story. We had a hole in it. Plus, you know what's even stranger? I think I just had my Amazon package delivered to the helicopter.
Oh.
From drone to helicopter delivery. Jeff Bezos is killing it.
No, it was a guy.
Oh.
It was a guy.
Wow.
That's odd.
It's incredible. That's commitment. That is.
Yeah, that business, they know what they're doing. That's a good business model there.
Yeah.
If the earthworms could get organized like that, it would be terrific.
Now, I feel like if Amazon could set up some portals, well, I mean, unfortunate for those guys, but they could just deliver straight into your living room, right?
Yeah, but the problem with the drones is if the UFOs start to think that someone else has taken us, I think it could be a shootout. Like you'd see spaceships, you know, shooting dish towels or, you know, panties or anything out of the air. That'd be terrible. Amazon packages exploding everywhere, full on war, just because Johnny couldn't wait to get his PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yes, it is dangerous to use the drones that way, but I think you know, for delivering food, the drones work great. They're just flinging pizzas into people's mouths, hamburgers. You know, as long as it's stuff that doesn't have a bone, it can sling it right into your face. You just open your door, open your mouth, and say ah.
Exactly.
But it is a slippery slope to use it for other purposes, you know.
Someday we're going to be so lazy, I'll be sitting on my couch and I will have a drone go turn on my bath. That's how lazy we're getting.
Wow.
That's a lot of technology just to turn on the faucet.
We used to have ant farm. We're going to have drone farm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Drone.
But no one's going to work. Who's going to be paying for all this?
Jeff Bezos.
Rudy in Poughkeepsie.
Yes. Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
Very kitschy town, I've heard.
Well, I mean, I my understanding is that money is just kind of an illusion, much like time, right? And once we kind of understand that this is just a put on, that they say, oh yeah, go chase the money, and then everyone's chasing the money like a bunch of ants in an ant farm, and then picking up pieces of sugar. You know, once we say, you know what, hey, we have enough diabetes, metaphorically speaking, you know, then I think, then we could just be ants, just living in some dirt, and you know, just getting out of the slammer. Right now, that sounds pretty good to me.
Well, money is an illusion if you don't have any.
Yeah. So it's an illusion to me.
Certainly.
More like a mirage, perhaps.
Exactly.
Yes, but you got to be resourceful. You got resources, Chad. You know, you got you made it out the joint. You're good. You got, you know, you're healthy. You know how to kill a man.
Wow.
You've got a good training from the SEALs. I mean, not as good as KGB, but
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, I mean, not to dwell on myself here, but nobody nobody hires you to kill a man anymore.
Yeah,
Well,
because
that's what people like to do things themselves.
What's that, kitty cat?
It's like a DIY murder. You got to do it yourself. You got to put it on Pinterest, and you got to have a little explanation of how you did it. That's what people want now.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing.
It's the personal touch. It's...
yeah, killing people, not just you don't just bludgeon someone. It's an art form, Chad. You got to step up your game, man.
Oh, you're telling me.
Do like a tableau or something cool,
You don't know what I was gonna do to Deshar. It was gonna be miraculous and very artful and tasteful.
You know what's weird about money being an illusion? You ever see those space movies about the future? The spaceships are always clean as anything, but you never see a guy with a broom. What do you think's going on there?
That's a good point. That's a great point. I
No
was
guy mopping up. Nobody just spills a drink, puts out a cigarette in the wrong place.
I was assuming they had like a Roomba or something.
You don't see that either.
Yeah, that's true. You don't. They would step on it. It would get in the way while they're doing battle.
Yeah, and then someone would have their cat sit on it, and everyone would giggle because the cat was riding the Roomba around. And then everyone's distracted from the war. You can't have that kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, that'd be big trouble. Everybody just laughing at the cat riding around the Roomba around the room, just playing some funny music, maybe like Groove Thing by Sade or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing. I've never really experienced anything like that, but it's crazy. The portals, the wormholes with the worms, the actual worms in them, and the earthworms, and then the, wow. There's a lot to unpack here, Dr. Katz. I really appreciate you shedding some light on this. I've only been through a few portals myself, so I'm not an expert as yourself.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing here. And you know what? My helicopter, I need to get, we got the other helicopters coming to put the fuel in. So I have to punch and wake up one of the pilots right now. So I have to go.
Yeah, and we're about out of time here on the program anyway. I think this is a good point to wrap it up. Dr. Kitty Katz, thank you so much for being on the National Conspirator.
All right. I hope to do it again not very soon.
That sounds delightful. Vadeem Sellarz, as always.
Yeah, whatever, Chad. Save it, bud.
And you've been listening to the National Conspirator. Remember, if there's something they aren't telling you, and you know who they are, call us in next time. We'll corroborate it.